like I was saying, I only had one source of income. It wasn't sufficient. I was feeling extremely isolated. I had moved hours away from my family. I didn't have no bed. My hair was short. Look at us now, guys.
We untouchable, uncrushable. We untouchable, uncrushable.
Hey y'all, my name is Dorothy. Welcome back to Dapper Diane. It's good to be back. I am talking to y'all on the playground because we're gonna keep it cute today. But yeah, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe because we are doing a good reflection video of my year here in Charlotte. Let's get into it. All right, so first things first, long story short, do I like and love Charlotte? Yes, I do. I was reflecting with one of my besties and I was just like, you know, last year I moved from Raleigh and then I came here to Charlotte, and then even this year I was thinking of moving from Charlotte, going somewhere else, and I was just like, babe, you gotta give yourself time to like sit down somewhere and flourish. And that's one thing that I haven't been giving myself the chance to do. And like due to some things that were going on behind the scenes, like up until I want to say my sophomore year of high school, I like lived in one consistent place. But then after that, it was just like, after that period of my life, for a good amount of years, I was like always moving one place to the next, one place to the next. And it was just like, all right, babe, now that you have control over your own living situation and like your job situation, or to a certain extent, I have control over those things, I need to sit myself down somewhere and get rooted. And I haven't been giving myself the chance to do that. So that's the first thing. Now, when it comes to, let's see, what do I like about Charlotte? I like that there's so much to do. I feel like even in comparison to Raleigh, there's so much to do. And I always said that if I were to move anywhere and stay anywhere in North Carolina, it would be Charlotte. I think that's the only place that's worth it to me for North Carolina. But yeah, there's so much to do, and I feel like there's so many communities that are represented here that I wasn't seeing anywhere else per se, or maybe I just didn't give myself time to really explore other communities in Raleigh in comparison. But yeah, like I'm able to see just in the area that I've been to in Charlotte, I'm exposed to Black people, but not just a monolith. Obviously we're never a monolith, but I'm talking about Jamaicans, I'm talking about Ethiopians, Eritreans, like, so just within Black people there's a lot of diversity here in Charlotte, African Americans. And then I'm also encountering people from other parts of Asia, other parts of Latin America. Like so many communities are here, and I really like it. Like even when I'm driving past places, I'm seeing so many different restaurants for so many different cultures, but there's actually those people there as well. So I really appreciate that. I really love that about Charlotte. We're going to get into, and I'm gonna try not to cry, guys, because I don't want to post and edit myself crying on the internet. But like y'all, when I tell you God is so good, God is so good, y'all. And I've really seen that in my past year of being here. So as you remember, move-in day, the video that I posted that it's a year old now. Move-in day for Charlotte was terrible, guys. Like I was really out here crying on the internet because moving day was terrible. And it's like, in hindsight, I'm glad that I recorded those moments so that I can look back and see how far God has brought me. So yeah, like this time last year, I had a whole bed frame, but I didn't have a bed. I only had one source of income, and like past a certain point, it wasn't sufficient. I didn't have any, like, when I say friends, I'm meaning like new friends. And I felt so isolated. Like, Charlotte was a dream for me to move here, and like I did it. But y'all, it was so hard. And like I was saying in that video, it was to the point of where I was just like, God, was I supposed to move here? And in hindsight, I think that any move is going to be hard. And I think that it was just a test that I needed to go through to, one, realize how tough I was. And I remember saying in the video, like, God, I'm not one of your strongest soldiers. And to an extent, I still feel like that might be true on some things. God don't do too much on me. But it's just the fact that, like, bro, like I was saying, I only had one source of income. It wasn't sufficient. I was feeling extremely isolated. I had moved hours away from my family. I didn't have no bed. My hair was short. Look at us now, guys. I have my whole bed. And it's like the bed that I dreamed of. And it's like such a small thing. But it's something that's so real that I'm being so serious about. That, like, and I remember my bed, my mattress not fitting my bed was, one, a financial burden and like something I could not prepare for. And that was like the final straw that made me cry, guys. I remember. And like, now that's covered. Income it's not where I want it to be, but it's much better than where it was last year. And like, I've made connections with people. So it's just like, bro, everything that I was worried about this time last year, God turned it around. I just came to a different part of the playground just to switch up the scenery. But anyways, as I was saying, for like, y'all, and honestly, in these past couple of months, I've really been working on my relationship with God. And I just wonder how much easier my transition to Charlotte would have been had I had that relationship there with God. But that's behind us now. My relationship is there now. And even in the things that I've been facing now, it's not to say that everything's easy, everything's solved, not at all. But going to God about it just makes it so much easier. Like, I've been seeing this one TikTok talking about, this one guy was talking about, worry about nothing, pray about everything. And I just got chills just saying that out loud right now. And I think that the other thing that I've been really journaling about when it comes to my relationship with God, and like what I do, mind you, is like I go to my Bible and I pick out a verse and I write down the verse, the date, and then I reflect on what it means to me at that time. And that's something that like I really haven't had like the self-motivation to do until now. I'm not sure why, but it's been something that's been really good to me. And I've been in the book of Psalms, if anyone wants to get into it with me. But the one thing that I have really reflected on in my journal is that, like, my God always works it out. If I'm pulling my hair out in stress, if I'm boohoo crying in stress, when I look back at it, for all the problems that I had last year and looking into this year, my God, it's all worked out. So why stress? Why cry? And it's like, it's not to say don't deny those human emotions, because they're there and God gave them to us. But it's just like, after you let that initial reaction out, pray about it. Talk to God about it. Whoever your God may be. But that's the one thing that I've taken, and it's just like, bro, when I really think about how it's all worked out, baby, at a certain point, stress for what? But yeah, y'all, when I think back, ooh, a bee was getting really close to me. I got scared. When I think back to my year in Charlotte, I want to just say that, like, I thank God. God just gave me the strength to see it through, because I came out a year later seeing his promises, my guy. Like, if I would have given up, I wouldn't have seen where I was this year, and it was everything that I've been praying for last year. But yeah, when I think about all the stuff that I've done in Charlotte, like I've explored a lot of Charlotte, like going to oh, there's bees. Y'all, fun fact, I ain't never been stung by a bee before, and God forbid it happens now, because the way I saw my dad react to being stung by a bee, it was very scary. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, I've explored so many parts of Charlotte, like going to an NFL game, going to a baseball game. I haven't gone to a soccer game here. That's what I want to change. I've been to a hockey game here. I've experienced fine dining here at Chima. I went out to Kerrigan Farms. Like, y'all, I really brought myself out, and I really want to continue to do that. I went out to a NASCAR race. I've been out to rooftop bars. I ain't never did that until I came to Charlotte. I know this isn't the best angle, but I just wanted to get on the swings. But yeah, guys, I know I've done a lot here in Charlotte in 1 year, so I'm just like, imagine what I can do in another year if I give myself time to stay planted and get rooted and do some more. I think what I really want to get into more this year is making more personal relationships with people in Charlotte, because I think another part that would have helped with my transition into Charlotte is like immediately making connections. And I feel like I didn't, just because like everything was like tumultuous moving here, but then past a certain point I was also just working. And we're still working hard this year. We're still trying to get to the money, of course. But yeah, I want to be more intentional about creating more foundational relationships. I say all of that to say, I really love Charlotte, and I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad I saw it through, and I can't wait to see what's coming up. That's it, and that's all, folks. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bring it back now.